Hello Mystical family, it is Amanda here from Mystical Dragon, bringing you another 2023 diary to have a little sneak peek in, have a good look at. Today we have the Moontime Diary, which is a really beautiful diary that really connects you in with the energy of the moon and all the various things that we can look at for the right timing in relation to the moon. A really pretty cover, as you can see here. This one is a bit over your A5 size, a nice thick cover on it. It does have a nice little ribbon to mark your pages with as well. I always like having something to mark my pages with properly in my diaries. So inside we find loads of information with this one. So we've got the sun, moon and earth cycles. We've got things like dark moon, new moon, full moon, super moon, blue moon information, a little bit on eclipses, blood moon, equinox and solstices. We have moon phases for health and well-being, so there's a bit more information there in relation to that, and a little chart that you can look up various aspects too. Health zodiac, so she actually goes through each one of the 12 astrology signs and has a deeper look at what's connected to them and what might be occurring around their particular moons. And we also have a brief on the pagan wheel of the year as well, and outlining the dates with that. And this is for the southern hemisphere, so this one is specific to the southern hemisphere and doesn't have the dates for the northern hemisphere in it. We have moon phases for home and work. So we've got a lovely table here. It goes into things like what are the best days for doing laundry, cleansing crystals, charging crystals, removing mold, lots of interesting things. Also planning and work, going into starting new jobs, networking, weddings, job interviews, all that sort of stuff. Plus your moon phases in relation to the garden. She goes quite deeply into that, healthy soil, and then even some nice charts or tables that take you through some of the activities that are connected to the garden and when's the best time to do those. Then the Moontime Diary always has a bit of a forecast for each of your astrology signs, so it briefly goes through the like general information about each sign and then a forecast for 2023. And so it does that for each one of the signs, and it has some lovely art depicted with each one as well. And this really is the main part of the diary that has some colour. Everything else in this diary is black and white. And then she has a little article that's been written, People Have the Power. She talks a bit about moon void, of course. Goes into aspect interpretations. So this diary really goes quite deeply into your astrology and where signs are and when different things are kind of squaring and trining and doing all the various different things that our planets and our signs do. And she has your planetary tables for each one of the months in 2023. So you can look up where the moon is, where the sun is, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, etc. for each month across the whole of that month. Just skip because that's through the whole thing. And then it goes into your, so we have a week at a double page spread, and you really have lots of information on every day. It goes right through, you know, from what star sign the moon is in to all your extra, you know, little symbols about where different signs are, if there's things trining, if it's a good time to be doing the laundry or planting certain things. Like, it really does kind of is a great prompt each and every day for if there's certain things to be aware of, to avoid, that it might be good to be doing. And of course, you can get more of that information. You can link it in and go look up various aspects at the front of the book. So while it does go deeply into your astrology, it does have a lot of information outlined in the front, so that even if you don't know lots about astrology, there's plenty that you can look up and learn more about, understand a bit more, so that you can work with these energies a bit more deeply. Got little quotes and things dotted throughout as well. Little sketches and images. But really it's dedicated to the information rather than necessarily having lots of pretty imagery and that sort of stuff all the way through it, which is good because we do need these diaries that you know, go more deeply into this type of information for those of us that like to follow all of those aspects. Now, so it carries on like that through the rest of your diary. At the back you've got space for notes, and there's actually a spot where you can chart your menstruation as well, so then you can look at it in relation to the moon. There's a yearly planner in the back, and then there's also your moon charts, looking every day what sign does the moon fall in, and looking at your first quarter, last quarter, new moon, full moon. So loads and loads of information in this one. Really great diary to keep track of everything with. As I said, it's a good size. Really, it is a good size to fit in most handbags and bags that you might carry with you. Oh, I forgot to mention, this one is by Iris Detenhoff. She does a really good job of this every year, has done a great job by the look of it for the 2023 Moontime Diary as well. So don't forget, if you are after this one, Mystical Dragon stocks it both in store and in our e-store as well, so you can grab it either way depending where you are. We also have lots of other wonderful witchcraft supplies and spiritual supplies, you know, so do check out everything else that we have as well. I look forward to catching up with you guys in our next video. We do have spells coming up, more oracle cards to have a flip through as well. So take care, guys, and I will talk to you soon.